Hi ladies, my name is Kathleen Coyne. I'm an independent consultant with Jamberry Nails, and I want to show you my application methods. I'm actually going to show you two methods of application. I don't think they're too different from how Jamberry applies them, but I do some tips and tricks that I do think help make my nail wraps last a little bit longer. First thing that I do when I am applying my wraps, I make sure I remove all the cuticles. So what I've done today, I've left two wraps off, and then I have Kaboom for 4th of July on. And what I did is I went through and I took off, used a cuticle remover and took off my cuticle. The reason I did that is anytime that there's cuticle or what we call an invisible cuticle, and that can go all the way around your nail, that has oil in it, and the oil can lift up your wraps. So first and foremost, you want to be sure that you remove the cuticle. Second thing I do, I wash my hands with Dawn. I always use the blue one. You want to be sure you don't use one that has moisturizer in it, because what you want to do is you want to try to take out the moisture from your skin instead of adding moisture in. So I use Dawn detergent, and I take it and I scrub it in my nail beds, wash my hands, try to get as much oil off my hands as possible. The next thing I do is I go through and I either use Jamberry's nail cleanser, which is really cool because it's got a pop top, or white vinegar to remove my wraps, or not to remove my wraps, to remove the oil from my nail bed. And I apply them with our heater here, which I didn't plug in because I forgot. So I'm going to show you how I apply our wraps. What I'm doing is I'm actually going to put on an accent nail today because I'm going to a baseball game for 4th of July. So I want to have a little baseball on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the cleanser and I'm going to just really get in there, wipe off my nail, get it good and clean. Okay? When you're choosing your wraps, the nice thing about our wraps is they're clear, so you can size it to your finger. I have found that going with a smaller wrap is better. Even if it looks like a bigger wrap will fit my nail, using a smaller wrap, I don't have as much puckering because I have curved nails, and if it doesn't fit quite right, I will get a little puckering on the edges, so I get less puckering if I use a smaller wrap. And I don't have to worry about the oils from my skin touching the side of it and lifting the wrap. So what I do when I take my wraps off of the sheet, I use a cuticle pusher like this. We have them in our Jamberry Application kit. And I just peel it off because I don't want to touch my wrap, or my scissors. And I size, in this case, because I'm not going to use the white part, I'm just going to cut this wrap in half. If it was a patterned wrap, I would cut it a little bit shorter so I could use the middle part to do my nails. And the first thing that I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you the traditional way to do the wraps. So I use our Jamberry heater. This thing is pretty inexpensive. If you're going to be a serious wrap applier, I would absolutely invest in this. It's $19 or $9.50 if you get have a hosted party. You take your wrap and you heat it. I like to do it, on the package it says 3 to 5 seconds. I like to do it 5 to 8 seconds. It'll start to curl and get kind of flimsy. Then I'm going to take it, apply it to my finger. I can't do this in midair. And I can actually pick it up, because I'm not going to use the end of it to reapply it. So I lay it down like this. Because I have curved nails, what I have found is I will push down in one side of the wrap and then take my hand and go across like this. That helps get out any bubbles in my nails. The next thing I do, as you can see, there's kind of a teeny tiny bubble there, as I go along the edges and I push it forward. Then I will reheat it with the heater, and I will apply pressure with my Jamberry cuticle pusher. This is in your application kit and it's amazing. And I'm pushing forward and down, really working on getting all those bubbles out. What I'll do too is I'll give it kind of a little tug, especially in the corners. That's the easiest place for the wraps to come up. And then I would let it sit and I would go on to the next nail. Now, next one I'm going to show you, that's how I would do a traditional nail. Next one I'm going to show you is I'm going to put it on, we're going to do the cold method. So you're going to take the wrap cold, has a piece of cotton fuzz there, and you line it up so it's on the wrap. I again push down one side, then I use my hand and I come over. And this is not necessary unless you really have curved nails like me. Then you take it and you put the wrap in front of your heat source. And I again apply pressure. And this is the hardest part, is I found that you don't want to tug so much at the end because your wrap's going to shrink back. So, applying heat, 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 and pressure. Then the next thing you want to do is you want your wrap to cool before you cut it or you file it. You can take a nail file and file straight down, or you can use a nail clippers and clip off the ends. I honestly prefer to do the nail clippers. I think it's faster, I think it's more convenient. And I'll just go in. Okay. What I like to do then, once I've done, I will take a nail file. This is just a glass nail file, and I will file straight down to get anything that might be hanging over my nail. I never go side to side because that's going to break the application on the tip. Straight down. Again, in case there's anything, straight down. Now the next thing that I do, I reseal my tips. So you can do that one of two ways. You can take just a plastic Ziploc bag like this, wrap it around my finger really tight, and then I hold it in front of the bag till I can't stand it anymore. Push down and apply pressure. The other thing that I do is I take a cuticle pusher, and this is actually the way that I use. I used to do the baggy method until I saw this way, and I will hold it in front of my heater like this. I don't know if you can see it on the table here, until it gets hot. Then I will take it and I will actually roll it over my nail, and that way I can apply good heat and pressure, sealing my tips. Now this is not something that Jamberry sells. I wish we did. But I have found that since I use this, I get a really good seal. And that's it. So now I've got my curveball and my kaboom, and I am ready for my Nats game on 4th of July. Let me know if you have any questions. Sometimes it takes a couple, applications to feel comfortable doing it. Some applications need tweaking, but I am here to help you, so please don't hesitate once this party is over to contact me with any questions you have, because I am here for you guys. Okay? Thanks so much, ladies.